This is Radio TV Phono Nut, and we have a Philco AM tube radio, probably from the mid-1960s. Kind of dirty and beat up, missing the power cord, but let's see if we can make it play. Here we are, opened up. Typical 5-tube radio on a printed circuit board, and this is a last gasp model from Philco. The speakers are date-coded 1967, and the Philco branded tubes are date-coded 1968, so we know it's at least a 68 model, if not newer. A lot of these last run tube sets contained parts from previous model years. It was an effort for companies to use up old parts, and these last run sets often sold for cheap prices in discount stores and such. Most of the parts appear to be Japanese. It was probably assembled in the United States, but the parts are Japanese, and these IF transformers are the smallest that I recall ever seeing in a conventional 5-tube radio. Alright, here we go. Let's turn it on and see if it works or not works, or if something expires in it. I don't think we have any vacuum bulb illumination. On second thought, yes, we do have vacuum bulb illumination and some static. Let's see if I can get any stations. Well, there's the weak gospel station. It's a good sensitivity test for a radio.
I are in the same position.
Lynch mobs can form.
Listen, I don't know.
I remember still.
Well, could it be that I actually have found a radio that I'm not going to have to do anything to?
Talking about a modern day lynching, and I remember on Fox.
Broadcasting live from the
in the gym. Driving to work, driving to go pick up my kids from anywhere.
1390 AM and 93.1 FM WMER. Good time, gospel.
'Tis the season to make.
Sockets are dirty. Alright, there we go. I replaced the cathode bypass resistor for the output tube. It was about 30 ohms higher than it should have been, and I replaced our across the line capacitor with a modern safety UL approved one. Those older capacitors tend to blow up and send shrapnel everywhere, and I just replaced this, although I probably didn't have to, but I did it anyway. Because even though this old one is still good, it could fail at any time. Well, as far as that goes, the new one I put in there could fail at any time too. But you know, when I decide to list this radio on eBay for $10,000, it goes a lot further when you tell them that it has new capacitors in them. That makes them feel all warm and toasty inside. Gives them a warm and fuzzy feeling to know that a radio has new capacitors in it. And when you tell them one of the resistors has been replaced, then that makes them feel even better. This station here probably has the best fidelity of any station we have. It's a gospel station. In fact, it sounds better on this little cheapy AM radio than a lot of modern FM radios sound on, of course, the FM band. Okay, I'm just testing the old capacitor just for entertainment purposes. The 50 microfarad section's reading 83.5, so it's a good bit higher than normal. and they'll usually start doing that once they're ending the end of their road. And the 30 microfarad is reading 43, so it's up a little bit too. And this capacitor across the AC line is reading right on the money, but you really can't put a lot of stock in these types of meters for testing these types of capacitors. You really need an old style capacitor checker that will test these at rated voltage, and really the same goes for the electrolytics. And I'm about to produce such a thing. Okay, the line bypass capacitor showed a slight bit of leakage at 400 volts, its rated value. I'm checking the 50 microfarad section of this electrolytic. Just like on the other meter, it's coming in at around 70 something microfarads on this thing. Actually about 80. And I'm not getting any excessive power factor here, so that's good. Now leakage. Yeah, leakage is fine. Well, this one's reading more in line with what it's supposed to, but still a little high. Now let's check for power factor. Yeah, maybe a little bit there, but nothing serious. Leakage is good, so yeah, man, I can tell that cap's getting old, but it's not something that was obviously causing trouble. Alright, there you go. All back to good operating condition, although it was in decent operating condition when we found it, but we just did a little preventative maintenance on it.
Well, Chris, I looked at the whole transcript of everything that was said.
You do? That's nice. So, yeah, not much of a radio to look at, but it'd be a decent garage radio for somebody.
3.1 FM, WMER.
I love this next nominated song.
Baker Mayfield is the best player in college.
And in my last video, somebody, or maybe not in the last video, but in a recent video, someone asked me to show myself on the camera. Well, that's probably not going to happen because this channel is not about me. It's about fixing vintage electronics and other similar subjects. Besides, I think you'd rather look at the radios than me anyway, but there you go. Thanks for watching, and hopefully the next video will be something more in depth. But I don't mind getting an easy one every now and then, one that basically only needs a little preventative maintenance.
Alabama loses the Iron Bowl.
Just a catch you spray.